toilets.
Yeah, toilets. In England we have simple toilets.
Yes, very simple.
You sit on them, you do your business, and then you flush them.
There is the old school kind of toilet. They have the flushing and they have the swan neck kind of tap, so you can just wash your hands while the water runs through. But the more modern kind of toilet, oh my god, I think I'm scared of them now. There's so many buttons on them, you don't even know which one to press.
They can sing.
They can spray your butt.
They can spray everywhere.
I'm not surprised if like they start twirling around and playing music and dancing.
The heat the bum.
Oh yeah,
Nice heated seat, which is good because it's school, working, it's cold, there's no heating in the school. You sit in the toilet and you're like, oh, my bum is really warm, it's really nice.
I don't want to get up now.
Sit here for a while with a nice warm bum. It gets too hot, you're like, my bum's ready.
Nice story for you guys to listen to. What's your like worst experience with the toilet here?
When I first came to Japan, my first ever trip, in the hotel room it had this deodorizing feature. So when you sit in it, it basically takes some water out and puts some water in. So basically slowly flushing your stuff out.
Sounds like a, factory worker, like moving all your stuff.
Line of production. But when I sat on it, it made a really loud and I jumped up and screamed. And then my mum was like, what's wrong? The toilet's scary.
So weird.
I know. Not many toilets actually do that.
Yeah, I've never seen toilet that does that. For me, my experience with the toilet, kind of kindergarten I'm visiting, and for the life of me, I could not work out what button is the flushing button. I was just like, where the hell is the flushing button? I accidentally pressed the calling staff over a button because the kids usually get locked into the toilet. So the staff is like knocking on the door like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, oh
I'll come to save you.
I was like, oh man, I have to open the door and tell her that I made a mistake and then close the door again.
You're just setting off toilet alarms.
Hey, it's not my fault, it's their fault. They tricked me.
So Japan doesn't have central heating. Like in England we have radiators.
I usually put my butt against the radiator.
Oh, so nice.
After like going outside and then coming back in here, it's just like no heating, no radiators, nothing. They have kotatsu, the aircon that heats up.
We have the kotatsu and like a portable heater, don't
Yeah,
you?
I don't even have like the aircon to heat anything up.
I have kotatsu and the aircon, which is good, but the aircon doesn't heat up the whole house.
And the wall here are really thin. It's not made to keep heats in. It's made for summertime, so like it circulates the air. It gets so cold here. Like my house was like I'm literally living outside of my house.
Just out in the wilderness.
Just that 2 days. I think it was 2 days of snow.
Yeah.
And my balcony, the snow like pile. I'm like, what the hell?
To like go to school. The train was delayed, but because I got there early, I still got on time. My bus was 40 minutes delayed. I had to walk from the bus to school. It's only like 10-minute walk. No, it was about this steep. So by the time I got to school, all my socks were wet and my shoes were wet. They don't have heating in the school, but we had a little heater, so I stood in front of the heater like with the socks.
Oh my god, that sounds horrible.
And the first lesson of the day was cancelled to give the kids more and the teachers more time to come in. That's the only lesson I had that day. All the way to school and I had no lessons that day. Japan loves forms. If you have to do anything, they're like, okay, here's a form, fill it out.
It's like the lover of form country that is married to it.
They also love fax machines. I have to fax like my timesheet, and it's like they're asking the teachers how to use the fax machine. I've never used a fax machine before. We don't use them in England anymore. We just use email and scanners.
Yeah, old school. They have like so many modern things, but fax machine still in time right now. But I usually use the 7-Eleven or the Family Mart fax machine. They're much simpler and just like easy. Just scan and send it off. But yeah, the form here are just crazy. Whatever you want to do, like especially when it got to do with contract.
If you want to take out a contract loan, you have to sign a million times. Even if you want to like pre-order something in the shop, you have to fill out a form with like.
But you can't even sign it either. You have to have
Hanko. and then you have to do it perfectly. If you're doing like a bank thing, it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
I did mine about 4 times.
I literally love point cards here.
Yeah.
Point cards.
Everything has a point card.
My wallet is filled with point cards. I think yours as well, right?
Well, yeah.
But I don't even know what you can get with the point cards. I'm just like taking it because they're offering it, but like I still have to fill in the form and stuff to get a point card. Food here are really, really cheap. Like it's much cheaper than in England, especially when you convert the currency back to here.
If you want to eat out, then it's like really good value.
Yeah.
Because you can get a whole meal for 600 yen maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like what, £3-4 in England. You can't.
Especially in lunchtime, the set menu.
It's
they
even
have like
cheaper
a
sometimes.
set menu, and it's really cheap. But in dinner time, it's a little bit more expensive. But that's
It's
like
still
if you
cheaper. Yeah,
if you convert it, it's about £5 or £6.
Yeah. I would say like maybe probably spend like, usually if I go out to eat like for the evening, maybe 1,500 yen.
Yeah.
Which is in English money, it's about £7. You can barely buy a sandwich and a drink in England for £7.
So I don't really understand when foreigners say Japan is really expensive to live in.
I think if you come from America, then it is, because the conversion rate is like $7 is like 700 yen. The conversion rate is like the same. Basic things can seem expensive, but because we're from England and the pound's quite strong and the yen's really weak, it's just really good for us.
Yeah, when we're converting English money to like the yen, but when we're converting the yen to the English money, it's just like, oh my god, crying. When I went over to like England this winter, I was rolling my eyes out. I'm like, what?
This is my spending money. I've got a few pounds.
No. So if you're from England and coming to Japan, that's good. But if you're from Japan to England,
that's bad. I think, you know, if when I move back to England, wherever that is, I'm just gonna be crying and have no money.
Yeah, just like so sad. Anyway, that's like most of the stuff that we can actually think and thought of. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and please, if you like what we're talking about and stuff, subscribe and like, and subscribe to her channel called
Sha-chan and Cookie-kun.
Enjoy life and goodbye. See you.
Bye.
I'm just like imagining Attack of the Cat.
Balcony, these cats are like